Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome once again to English Unlimited. Today's lesson is lesson 5, and we are looking at unit 5 of the textbook we are using. And the goal for today's lesson is how to talk about cities and neighborhoods. How to talk about cities, mudun, cities is mudun, and then neighborhoods, that is high, the places where we live. Now, so we have here your space. That is the place for you, like your farm, the place for you. And then we will look at place to place, that is place to place, one place to another place. Or for instance, like you move from one place to another place. Now, I want you to look at these photos here. You can see a photo of the province of San Luis in Argentina. The province is like a district, a metropolitan area, province of San Luis in Argentina. We also have in photo B, Buenos Aires in Argentina. Also, this is the capital of Argentina. And then photo C is Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Photo C, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And then we have photo D, that is another city in Saudi Arabia, that is Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. I want you to find 6 of these things in pictures A to D. So we have the pictures here, A, B, C, and D. And these are places of things that we have to find. So what I want you to do is we will look at which photo has got these places, these things, which photo has got them, which pictures have these. So let's now look at some of these. An airport. Do we have an airport here? It seems there's no airport. And then we look at the next picture, a beach. Where, in which picture can we see a beach? Yes, this, you can see that the answer is C. There's a beach here. And then we have the next, a bridge. A bridge. And what is a bridge? Kubri. So where can we see a bridge? That is in picture D. We can see bridges here. As you can see, the interchanges are bridges, Kubri. And then a bus stop. Can we see a bus stop anywhere? It seems there is no bus stop in all the pictures. Then a farm, that is Mazra. Can we see a farm anywhere? Mazra, a farm. There is no farm anywhere in the pictures, from A to D. And a forest. Let's look at a forest, Gaba, yes. And there's a forest down the mountains at the bottom of the mountains. You can see there's a forest there. The picture might not be very clear. Yeah, so there is, at the foot of the mountain, you can see that there are trees there. The foot of the mountain has got a forest, Gaba, there. You can see some grain there. So the greenery, you can see there, some green trees over there. And then we have the next word is a hospital. A hospital is what? Mustashfa. Where can we see any hospital in any of the pictures here? Yes, there is no hospital here. And then a lake. a lake, that is Buhaira, a lake. Can you see any lake in the photos? Yes, there is no lake in the four pictures. Then we look at a market, that is a market, souk. Can we see any market here? Yes, picture B has got a market. You can see that the stalls are set in the market's place. You can see people there buying and selling. Then we have a motorway. A motorway is Shari Sarsari, a motorway that is joining one city to another city. That's a motorway. And can we see a motorway? Yes, in picture D, we can see a motorway. You can see that these streets are, some are entering the city of Riyadh and some are getting out of Riyadh onto the main streets. And then we have the next word is mountains, that's Jabal. Where can we see a mountain in the photos? Yes, that's picture A is a mountain, very good. And then we have a river, Nahar. Where can we see any river here? No, there is no river around. There's no river in any of the pictures. And then we have a school. There's no school here. Madrasa, there's no school here. Then we have the sea, Bahar. Yes, we can see the sea in Jeddah. And the next word is a mosque. A mosque. Can we see any mosque? Yeah, a masjid. Yes, also we can see in picture C, we can see a masjid, a mosque over there. Now, let's discuss this. How far are the things in 1A from where you are now? Talk in groups. So you can send me your texts. How far are the things in 1A from where you are now? So talk about this. Maybe you live in a place where there's a mountain near you, or there is a beach near where you live. So talk about these. Some of the things are near where you live now, so talk about that. Let's now move to reading. Let's move to reading. And we have here, read the article about Jose Luis and Kamal. Where do they live and work? Read the article. Article is maqal. Article is maqal. So ikra maqal. So we have here article. Read the article Ikra Maqal about Jose Luis and Kamal, and this is a question: where do they live and where do they work? This means, where does Jose Luis live? Where does Jose Luis work? And then where does Kamal live? And where does Kamal work also? Before you read, let's look at some few words, some keywords, important words, or new words for you to learn. We have a province. We said it is like muntaka, like a region or a metropolitan area. Then we have a village. Village, it means Karya. And then we have exciting, that is Muthir. And then the next word is polluted, that is Mulawat. And then we have mountains, that is Jabal, and we have Jabal. And then kids, this is an informal word for children, kids. That is another word for children, that is Atfar. And then we have expensive. That is when something is, you spend a lot of money, you use a lot of money to buy something, we say it is expensive. That is a ghali. And then we have the word businessman. Businessman is someone who does business. He has his own work that he does by buying and selling. So that is Rajul Amal, a businessman. And then we have the last word, flying. Flying is when you travel by aeroplane, when you travel by plane. That is yatir, yatir. Okay, now we can move. Now I want you to read this. I will send you a PDF. You'll see a PDF of this article, this maqal, this article. Read it, and then you answer the questions. So before you answer the questions, first open this from your PDF. The PDF I've sent you, open it. Then you read, or you can pause the recording, and then read it before you move to the next page. I'm moving to the next page, but pause your recording and read this before you join me to answer the questions. So now, these are the questions after reading. Read again, answer the questions about Jose Luis and Kamal. Now, while you are answering these questions, I want you to pause the recording while you answer them. Pause them when you finish before you check the answers. Now, these are the answers to the questions. So JL stands for Jose Luis. And then Jose Luis is JL. Jose Luis, the same as JL. And Kamal, we say K. So Kamal is K. And then Jose Luis, that is Jose Luis, is JL. So that's your answers. Let's look at a vocabulary exercise describing places. That is Yusuf Amakin. Describing places, Yusuf Amakin. Now find the opposites of the adjectives in the article. Find the opposite of the adjectives in the article. So go back to your recording, go a little bit back and read the article and find the adjectives. These are adjectives, sifat. Adjectives are sifat. Okay, the word adjective is sifat. So we have first opposite, muqabil, and then adjective, sifat. So find the opposite, muqabil, sifat. This is boring, mumil, boring, mumil. What is the opposite, muqabil? Exciting. Now I want you to complete the rest. We have dangerous. What is the opposite of dangerous? Yes, the opposite of dangerous. Yes. So dangerous, the opposite of dangerous is what? Or the opposite of dangerous? Who can give us that? Yes, dangerous. So the opposite of dangerous here from the article, or usually the words from the article is what's safe. Sorry, my keyboard was in Arabic. Yeah, so we have here safe. So safe, the opposite of dangerous is safe. Now read, check, find all the answers, the opposites. The answers are all in the article. So look for all of them. Pause the recording while you do this work. Then when you finish, before you check the answers. So let's look at the answers now. So these are your answers. So we have safe and dangerous, noisy and quiet, expensive and cheap, ugly and beautiful, polluted and clean. Now let's move to the next exercise. Let's move to the next exercise, which is to complete the sentences with adjectives from the box. So the adjectives in the box, we use these adjectives to complete this. So the first one, New York is only if you walk around alone at night. New York is only if you walk around alone at night. So the correct word here is what? Dangerous. So the correct word here is New York is only dangerous. So New York is only dangerous. New York is only dangerous if you walk around alone at night. Now pause the recording while you complete this work. Let's now look at the answers. So these are the answers. 1 is dangerous, 2 quiet, 3 expensive, 4 boring, 5 beautiful, and then 6 dirty. We will now look at prepositions of place, that is half jar of place, of makan, where I live, where I live. Now complete the sentences with the prepositions. So first look at these pictures here. You can see the red dot is in the bigger circle. Good. So the red dot is in the bigger circle. And then here, the dot is on something. This is on the line. And then we have distance. You can see that 500 meters from here to the red dot. So from here to this place, we use from one place to another place. Then look at these 2 dots. This is next to, that is bijanib, next to bijanib. And you can see this, there's a space here, so we say near, karib, near. Now, I want you to complete the sentences with the prepositions, with this half jar, in, on, from, next to, and near. So 1, to say Luis Garcia lives, what should be the answer here? Yes, a small village in the province of San Luis. So it should be what? In. Yes, the answer should be in. Now pause your recording while you complete the rest of the exercise. Now let's look at the answers. So these are the answers. to the rest of the questions. One is in, and then two, you can have on or an in. The first one is on, the second is in, and then three next to, and then four, we have from, next to from. And you can get your answers, you can get your answers when you read the article. There is a lot of information in the article. Now we have here three. We said next to this, near the sea. Actually, we can also use near the mountains or on. With two. Yes, there's a little lesson with two. You can also have on or in, and then in the article you have the word near. So in the article, the answer is near. When you read the maqal, you have near. So near is possible, on is possible, in is possible. Okay. Now let's move to another exercise here. Which groups of expressions go with in? Which expressions go with on? So in these spaces, I live. Then you continue the sentences. Write in or on in this space, in these spaces. So let's do the first one together. I live in a village, or I live in a town, or I live in a city, or I live in the city center, or I live in the country. So you can see this country here is Harif, like the carrier. It doesn't mean Dawla, it's not Dawla, it's Harif or carrier. Okay, now I want you to complete the rest. Use in or on in these spaces. Pause the recording while you do this exercise. Just take your notebook, or if you've downloaded the PDF and you have made copies, you've printed the copies, you can use it. If you haven't been able to print your copies, just take a notebook and write the answers in them. Pause the recording while you do this exercise. Okay, let's now look at the answers. So these are the answers: 1 in, 2 in, 3 on, 4 in, and 5 on. Okay, on that note, we've come to the end once again of another lesson. Thank you and hope to see you again. Bye.